Hello, Lord of the Rings fanatics and Dawnless Days fans. We are back with another Dawnless Days video for you here today. And today we're covering the new update that came out a couple of days ago. It's 9.2 that has come out. I don't believe it is a planned update. I think there's been a bit of a patch and a bit of balancing going on. And also I think they've taken some advice on hand from the community, and they've decided to patch a few things and change a few bits. And they've also made Eastlings great again. I mean, hopefully they have. We'll see. I haven't really read into the entire change log. There are a couple of new units that have been added for the Eastlings. Whether that'll make them great again, I do not know. But we do have them here today. We have a few new maps as well, which we're going to have a quick look at as well. And it's gonna be, it won't be a huge long video because there isn't actually loads that's added, but we'll get through it quite quickly, I believe. But I felt like we should still talk about the update and show it off because they do a lot of work to the devs. So yeah, thank you very much, guys, for all the hard work you guys put in to make this mod just the best Total War mod going around at the moment. But yes, Eastlings have had a few new units added, including this one here. This is the Feridrim Woodsman. It's a tier 2 Java unit. It's kind of making my Eastling unit overview pretty redundant now. I'm pretty sure it is actually anyway because they had the Balkoth Nobles and Spears added, so it's very outdated. I probably should do another one. Whether we will see. But yeah, the Eastlings have had 2 new units added. This is one of them, so it's a Java unit. I think this has replaced one of the I think they had like a Carnage Java unit before. I could be so whether they don't have that anymore, just to try and maybe make it a bit more unique, since Khan is now a last breath unit or faction. So whether they've got rid of those and just made the Feridrim Woodsman instead. And then over here we do have the Feridrim Rangers, which I haven't replaced anything. There's another bow unit now for these things. It's actually, let's force them to move a little bit just so we can see them a little bit more. There you go. So yeah, these guys look very similar. They are a range unit, so now they have a range unit. I actually don't know whether their stats are like pretty decent. That melee attack's 30. Some bad ammo 18. So it's got a little bit more ammo as well, which is obviously very key. Most arch units have around about 16 ammunition, so they do look very, very cool. I actually think they kind of look like, have they got like katanas for swords? They kind of look like they do, but I don't know if they do. But yeah, another range unit. It's now 5 units for these things, and this unit can guerrilla deploy as well. I don't know if Feridrim's part of like the Eastling region. I'm not really sure. They've got their own cool banner going on, actually. It's just like, instead of a red one, it's a black one. But yeah, those are the 2 new Eastling units that have been added. I don't think they've had anything else changed. Another big thing that has been changed, though the Feridrim Rangers are capped to 3. A lot of units now have no longer got their unit caps, so you can spam them out. So we could see a lot more very elite armies, potentially. It will be interesting to see. I mean, like, for instance, I'll show you when we go back to the army build. But, like, for instance, Mansion Claimers have no cap on it now, so you could just bring in an army of Mansion Claimers if you wanted to. So whether that's going to be a good thing or a bad thing for the mod, I don't know. I did feel like the caps at one point were a little bit too excessive. Whether now going the other way, they now are very relaxed, is how the devs have put them. There are still some units that are capped, like Servants of the Eye, but they've upped the capping a little bit. So yeah, whether it's now going to be too much the other way, we'll see. I feel like I would have been fine with it just being left sort of like how it was originally, not like most of the elites down to 1, but sort of like how they had the capping originally. But yeah, that is all of these single units. I'm going to go over some of the maps quickly as well that have been added, and some have returned as well, which we won't necessarily go over. But yeah, some new maps that have been added, but these are the 2 new units. They look very cool. Let me know what your thoughts are of them, and whether you still feel like Eastlings need a little bit of a buff. I still feel like for a major player faction in the Middle Earth and what is going to be in the campaign, they're going to be pretty much spearheading the campaign in the north with Dol Guldur. Feel like they could do with being a bit stronger, maybe, but that's just maybe me. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a moment with the new maps. So we are back with one of the new maps, and Kahar might be a little bit lost, or he's done very well in his campaigning in the north of Middle Earth, because we are now here at Lothlorien. My gosh, look at this. As far as the eye can see, trees all around, and I think this is the great tree, Lothlorien, that is like This is like the where like Aragorn and the Fellowship all like sort of like sleep the night after like Gandalf has been supposedly killed at Moria. So yeah, it's very cool. It actually does some of the detailing on this looks really cool. I don't know if there's any more of these sort of like elven dwellings just are scattered around. But it's a really cool map, that is for sure. I thought this one might have it on it as well because it's quite a large tree, but no, it doesn't look like it. But yeah, it's a really like vast map. We're definitely going to have to do like a battle for Lothlorien, like an invasion of Lothlorien scenario on here. That is for sure. I'm really looking forward to it. I mean, like looking like this, can't see Kahar for at all now. That is for sure. Yeah, I can't even see him now. Look at that. Don't even know if we're looking in the right direction. Can't even see unit markers. That is going to be a real pain, actually, playing on this map. It's going to very much be like a... Oh, he's there. You have to use the minimap quite a lot. But yeah, you quite literally might have to play the game like this. It's going to be a very horrible one to play on. But you're going to need a Lothlorien map for when it comes to the campaign. So this is kind of a requirement to have. But yeah, it looks like just follow the roads. And that's what you're going to have to do. Might be quite a cool one to do like for an ambush scenario, potentially. But yeah, really fun. And very different map. I'm definitely going to be able to, like I said, showcase this one though. Maybe in a like a scenario of like defensive Lothlorien or something like that. That might come out in the next few weeks. We'll see. But yeah, that is one of the maps. I'll now showcase you the other one and see what you think for that one. Well, Kahar definitely is now very lost because he has managed to get to Dunland, which is the new map as well. This is a walled settlement. This looks really cool. I do quite like this one. I mean, it looks like it's been pretty difficult to attack in some cases. I think you might be able to go up here with siege equipment and attack here as well. So I guess you can attack this portion of the wall. It's not a very long wall, though. Another one over here. There's some pretty nasty, like, second-tier defenses where we can put archers here, just shoot down. It's going to be pretty brutal there for the attackers. And then even if you like break through here, you could go up this nasty pass and you can get shot on the side here as well. Or it's going to be a painful one to defend, that is for sure. This wall over here maybe a little bit better. Probably is going to be the main source of your attacks. Probably the side where Kahar is on. Because this is a very long wall. And I think you can pretty much attack him, and maybe not here. I don't know. This terrain here, no, I think you should be able to. The terrain there suggests maybe not, but maybe you can get siege towers up there. So then you can obviously get a ram to that gate. But yeah, it's a pretty long wall here where you can push up certainly a couple of rams, maybe a few siege towers as well. But yeah, it should be a really fun one. And the final cap point is here, right in the middle. It's not exactly an easily sort of last stand defense, but it's like... It's going to be a nasty one to break through. If you were to get through the second tier of defense, it's going to be pretty hard to hold from there. Certainly, trying to hold them outside the wall is pretty much where it's going to be decided. I'd imagine you want to try and hold that outer wall, use the secondary wall to support there. Kind of the same on this side as well, though the range is not necessarily just as good. Probably is just about. Bows would just about reach here. Crossbows, maybe not. Crossbows, though, on this side would be brutal. Just gunning down into the units that are supporting there really would be nasty. But yeah, this is Woodland Town A, it's called. It's not really got a name. I think, again, it's just going for like they're just making generic maps because they're going to need a lot of generic maps for campaign. And some of them, as well, I guess, are going to be put into the multiplayer pool as well. And yeah, this one looks very cool, and certainly it's going to be a tough defense to take. Might have to try and do like a Dunland defense maybe on this one, like Dunland being attacked by Rohan, something like that could be quite cool. That would be quite cool to see. Dunland obviously having a bit of a refurb themselves will be interesting to see how they do. So yeah, now Dunland having all that unlimited shock as well, which it had before in the last patch. It's not really going to be. It's going to be not matter because everyone's going to have unlimited shock if they want it. That's for sure. But yeah, we'll go back to the army build and I'll show you some of the other small changes that have been made as well. So here we are back on the sort of the army build. So yeah, so you can see here with these slings we have got the Feridrim Rangers here, which are capped at 3, and the Feridrim Woodsmen, which are capped at 3. It's interesting that they capped those and those new units. Rangers I can maybe understand because Rangers are pretty powerful, but surprised with the Woodsmen that they cap those, to be honest. But yeah, most units now don't have caps. So yeah, like let's find an example. Balkoth Nobles still have caps of 3. Runic Warlords, though, don't, for instance, have a cap at all on them. You can bring as many of those as you want. Another great example, to be honest, would be like Haradrim, Dunakori. They are now back to 3 instead of 1, so they've changed the caps there. Farharad Mutants still have caps on 3 as well. But things like Mummics, they're down to 2 as well, so you can bring it instead of just 1, you can bring 2, so they've upped that capage. Things that I'm surprised don't have caps now are the Olokai. I mean, they maybe are just capped in their price in itself, so you could just bring 1,000,000 of these if you wanted to. I mean, we're at 100,000 for our budget here, but yeah, you could just bring an army of Olokai quite easily. And you can do that. Black Shield Bodyguards also surprisingly don't have a cap, but yeah, you can bring a bajillion of them now. So you could see a lot more Black Shield Bodyguards being brought rather than Uruk Throng. Maybe just more elite sword armies for Mordor. Guards the Teeth are still capped, and so, like I said, Servants the Eye. There are still, like I said, some caps knocking about. Another little change I saw was they changed the name of the Phantoms to Undeads. Which I'm probably still going to call them Phantoms. I've been calling that for years, but they're now the Undeads. I don't know if I like that name. Undead's has got a bit of a weird term to it. But yeah, that's they're in there now. I don't. Yeah, there's still caps and things like that, which you can't just bring a full undead army. Champions of Dol Guldur, though, they're not capped. Some of the IR and Olokai again are not capped. But yeah, there's a few other things that I think that have been changed around. I'm quite happy for it because now it means you can bring a lot more Woodland Realm units. This is going to be disgusting seeing like Lasgalan Warriors. You can now bring 4 of those as your range, and then they could be your shock as well. I feel like we could see that quite a lot potentially happening. But yeah, you could make like a disgusting... Oh, they still have caps the swords actually. Sorry, I was presuming they had only... You can get a lot of axes, which are... just as good, to be honest, and they have better melee attack, and they have slightly worse melee defense, but they're still very good, so you can bring a whole bunch of them. The spears have not been capped either, and they are also not too shabby. You could bring like a whole Lasgalan army like that. That would be disgusting, and then just bring Brandwell. That would be disgusting to see in action. And yeah, that's kind of like the only things that really changed. I feel like I hopefully have put up a picture of the changelog somewhere along the line. Because there is a few other changes that have gone in as well. So yeah, we've got a return of Daradelth, which I think most of you might already know as well. So that's an unfortified town. That is... Actually, is it a unfortified or is it a city assault? Maybe it's a city assault. There you go. Morio Daradelth is back. So that's the different one. That's kind of a fun one. It's got like a multiple sort of lane assault that you can do. It's like got 3 lanes. But yeah, they got... generic Wildman City, which I think we've had a look at maybe. Certainly Wildman Town A is what we just looked at. But yeah, there's a few other maps there that are still knocking about. I imagine they're going to try and add more and more as they go on. So yeah, they've fixed a few other known battle map issues as well, which I think includes like Helm's Deep. I think hopefully it's had its fixed because there's like a hole in the map basically where units fall through. So hopefully that's been fixed. I might have to check that out myself. And yeah, they've optimized pack sizes as well to remove trash files. So which is obviously you're not going to see necessarily in gameplay, but you might feel a little less laggy or something like that. I don't know. Or might just take less time to install this patch if you haven't already installed it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's come in the new update. It's, like I said, a very small one, but it has made a few differences. And some, in the case of caps, I feel like it's quite a massive difference for the game. Could be very, very interesting to see how that one goes down in multiplayer games. I do need more Dawnless Days replays, I will add. So if you haven't sent in any recently and you think you've got some good ones, do send them in. I'm looking for some new ones because this new update obviously means all my other updates are redundant. All my other videos and replays are redundant that I have like stored up. So yes, do feel free to send some through. I've got another video idea that come to do between now and then if I don't get any Dawnless Days replays. But yes, if you do have any, do send them in. I am always happy to cover them. And you get your 15 minutes of fame on the channel as well, where we can all analyze your gameplay. But yes, I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here. Apparently I'm struggling with words today. They are pretty hard. And yeah, feel free to comment what your opinions on the update as well, whether you like it, whether you dislike it, or undecided yet. But yes, until next time folks, I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.